Welcome to our class. Today we will have a movie club, and it's about movie Knocking on the Heaven's Door.
On Heaven's Door.
Heaven's Door, exactly. So why it's knocking, Terry? Why it's without G? Why it's knocking?
Yeah, because that's colloquial. It's just normal when you're writing to drop the G and add an apostrophe, because it's like speaking.
Does it mean speaking? Yeah. Does it mean any special sound?
No.
Speaking?
It's just dropping the G to mimic the spoken word. That's the explanation.
Okay, so and because we have like a new member in our class, let's, I think, start with a small introduction of ourselves. Sergey, could you please start a few words about you, just to get known? Yeah.
Hello, I hear me? Yeah.
Yep.
I can hear you. Yes.
And I'm using the Zoom the first time, and earlier we used as an application, but I don't know how it works.
It's good.
A small advice, find a button which says gallery view or something, and you will see all of us.
Yes, I see.
Okay, nice. So,
okay, I have to speak. I have to tell about the movie. Yep.
Well, about yourself first. Tell us about you, about yourself. Aren't you going to introduce yourself?
About me, yeah. I'm living in the Ural region, and I'm 39 years old, and I am learning English for my job and for traveling. And I have 2 children, and I work for a metallurgical company, and I am a project manager.
Nice.
Thank you.
I like football so much.
Yeah.
What's your team? Which team do you support?
Zenit St. Petersburg.
Okay, St. Petersburg. Next.
Nice. Thank you, Sergey. Jörgen, would you like, please, to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I live in Sweden, southern part of Sweden, and 51 years old. I work with manufacturing, and I'm learning English for fun. Yeah.
For fun, exclusively, no any reasons, right? Just for fun.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
But you are very passionate.
Yeah. Ambitious. Yes. All my free time I
dedicate
to study. Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for
thank you, Jörgen.
Thanks.
Vasanth, hello, please. Could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Vasanth, and I'm from India, and I'm working in Indian Postal Department. And I have been in touch with Ivan in this learning path for almost 3 years. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we do these clubs for long now. Yeah, we have been doing this for a long time. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Terry. Rostislav, hello. How are you? You're muted, Rostislav.
I'm unmuted now. So hi everyone. I have some problems with the light, as you can see. Well, it seems that it's better to be in the shadow. My name is Rostislav. I'm from Russia, and so that's the second time I attend this class.
I have attended
this class, and so it's hard experience.
Yeah,
it's tough. It's really tough, man.
Yeah, it's really tough.
It's really tough.
Terry, can you pronounce Rostislav's name? It's okay for you?
Rostislav's.
You can call me just Rosti.
Rosti sounds good.
Yes.
And Vasanth.
Exactly.
Vasanth. Okay. My name's Terry Noonan. I'm from Ireland. I live in Spain. I'm 45 years old. I'm married. I have a daughter, and I'm an online English teacher. And I've been living in Spain for about 16 years.
Yeah, it's a luck.
I love teaching.
So it's a luck for us to have you, because we always have a lot of questions, and please don't worry if you want to interrupt us, and correct something or make some.
If I hear a bad mistake, that I will correct it.
Yeah,
I don't want to interrupt all the time.
No. It's not considered to be like all the time,
Yeah.
But sometimes it's okay, I think.
If I think it's
Okay.
important.
Yeah. So let's start from today's topic. So what kind of movie we have? Knocking on the Heaven's Door, right?
Without the knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Bob Dylan song. And Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses. Oh, what is this? Guns N' Roses.
It's a group, a rock group. You don't remember?
Have you seen Sergei's face? It was a provocation, obviously, Sergei, what is Guns N' Roses?
Yes, I know about the Guns N' Roses. It's a very popular rock and roll team.
Yeah. Which is your favorite song of them?
I don't know.
So please don't pretend.
I know about this team, but I don't know songs.
You know about the group?
Group, yeah.
Rostik, what about you? What is your
I
favorite?
believe I've heard one last Christmas, I believe.
What was it called? What was the song called?
I'm not sure if well, let me check.
A Sweet Child of Mine, probably.
Well, it's not Guns N' Roses. So. Well,
Okay, almost.
but I heard about it.
Okay, you have heard of them.
Yes.
They were big when I was a teenager. Guns N' Roses. They were the biggest group in the world at the time.
Do you have a favorite song?
I have a favorite album.
Album.
Well, the album was Welcome to the Jungle. Or Appetite for Destruction was, excuse me. That's their most famous album.
Okay, thank you. Okay, close to the movie. So we usually start from the cast, so characters of the movie and something about the story, about plot, and all the things. So Jörgen, could you start today, please? What are the characters of the movie?
The characters are Martin and I forgot the other one.
Who remember? Sergei?
Yes, I remember this German movie about two men who have arrived in the hospital for checking their health.
Yeah.
And
Sergei, sorry. Can we start with characters, with persons?
Characters and Martin and Rudy. Martin is a self-sure man and the brave man. Martin is a nerd and who never has the criminal problem, but I think that's Rudy has a criminal
record, a criminal record.
Criminal record, and because he permanently.
But I think the Rudy is no.
Rudy is a tall man with short hair.
Tough guy, right?
Martin with girl hair. It's a nerd. I don't know.
Okay, Rostik, could you please help us? Please define nerd. What does it mean?
Nerd.
No.
Well, I believe that nerd is a person who spends a lot of time in front of computer, in front of TV, instead of going outside and
having some fun with police and girls.
Yes, maybe, but not a typical guy who is who loves staying with himself. Instead, he's really interested in some particular topics, and he's a big fan of something.
Okay.
Sci-fi, usually.
Yes.
Sci-fi and gadgets.
Well, it was, intended pun, I think, because we, with Rostislav, we were colleagues in past, and we both nerds. We sit in the front of computers all the time.
Yes.
And the basement is also an element of being a nerd. Being in your
Basement?
parents' basement.
Yeah,
Basement.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
in every company, the IT department is usually the basement. Right?
Have you seen this, series about IT crowd?
The IT crowd, yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, but in Russia we live in condos. We don't have basements, so that's the
Okay.
problem. Okay, so we know two persons of the movie, the main characters, right?
Two people.
Two people, the cast. Okay, Vasanth, could you please continue with the story? So how it started?
They both entered into a hospital, and they were diagnosed by a sort of cancer, and Martin was diagnosed with a tumor in his brain, which is getting larger and larger every day. So he has got, the doctor said that he has only a few days left. And Rudy was diagnosed with bone cancer, and which is also in the late stage, and which is incurable. So they both are on their final days. So they met. They were they were hospitalized in a same room. So they were allocated a same room, and they shared a single room, and that's where they met each other, and they become friends by sharing the tequila
Yeah.
on the first day.
As a learner of English, I always, surprised how it's different between when we learners try to describe something and when native speakers trying to describe something. So we use a lot of, words and trying to make like a picture. And usually native speakers make it like short, concise. So Terry, how would you describe the situation? Let me try first. So out of the blue, surprisingly, they both found out they have, they doomed to the death.
They have terminal cancer. That's what you were talking about, making it more concise. And they were roommates at hospital. They go into hospital or are admitted. Two men are admitted into hospital and are diagnosed with terminal cancer.
Well, it's a new usage for me, admitted. What does it mean, be admitted?
To be admitted is to enter into hospital as a patient.
As a patient. Okay,
And
so
to be let out is the opposite.
To be hospitalized, something like
To
that.
be hospitalized, yes.
Okay.
Or to be admitted, it's related to the paperwork you do when you get to hospital.
Okay, I will try to write it in our chat.
ADMITTED.
To be admitted.
To be admitted into hospital.
Okay, nice. Jörgen, would you like to continue with the story?
Yeah.
Please.
And let me. Sorry. Yeah, they steal a car, Mercedes, and it belongs to a mafia boss, and they want to go to the ocean.
Yeah, why ocean?
The ocean. It's always the ocean.
Okay,
Always the ocean.
Why is they going to the ocean?
Because Martin has never seen it.
That's why.
Yeah.
Would you please describe a bit this, mafia thing? So this Mercedes and, characters or something.
Well, I say Mercedes or
Mercedes.
Mercedes. You can decide.
Mercedes.
Okay. Jörgen, can you please a few words about this mafia thing? Boss and his.
Yeah. He runs a brothel.
He runs a brothel,
Yeah.
a whorehouse.
Yeah.
Okay. You know any more names for a whorehouse, brothel,
Okay,
cathouse?
let us put in our chat. Okay.
In Spanish, they're very popular in Spain. Booty clubs, whorehouses. Okay, sorry for interrupting.
No, please.
Yeah.
Puttyhouse, right?
That's just in Spanish. Booty house. That's just in Spanish. Forget that. Cathouse
Nice.
in Las Vegas, in Nevada, there are legal cathouses.
Okay. So he runs a cathouse and
Yeah, and he has two
assistants. Yeah.
assistants. Yeah.
Henchmen.
Henchmen.
Sorry?
Can we say?
Yeah, hard man. You can say henchmen.
Can we say
Hench.
stooges?
Stooge is different. Stooge is a stupid person.
But it's correct, no?
Yes, but the henchmen are on the payroll.
Okay.
Henchmen are hired muscle.
Higher.
A stooge is just someone stupid, like a sucker that they like a patsy. A stooge is a patsy.
Yeah.
A scapegoat.
And they should transport this suitcase. No, briefcase.
But they did not know about briefcase. Yes? Their task was just, deliver the car somewhere.
Okay.
I think. Am I correct? Rostislav, do you remember? Rostislav, you're muted again.
Yes. Well, I don't think that those guys were in the. Well, you're asking about the.
Yeah. What was the
Abdul and his friends?
Yeah, Abdul.
And his friend, I don't remember the name of the second guy. I remember.
Probably we don't know. But what was their task?
They were supposed to find the Mesira. They were supposed to not find. First, they were supposed to
Give back.
No, they were supposed to just take it from one point to another, and but on the way they've lost it, and it was Rudy and Martin. They stole it.
Yep.
And only after that accident.
So how would we describe this behavior of Rudy and Martin? So they got crazy, right?
Reckless.
Got reckless.
Reckless. Yeah, reckless is a good adjective because they don't care anymore.
What about Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad, don't care. Breaking is with A, breaking.
Breaking.
That's breaking. Yeah. Okay, breaking, yeah.
Can we say so?
Well, usually Breaking Bad is when a middle-aged person, usually a man, starts breaking the law, like in the series.
Start to cook mess. Yeah?
Well, not necessarily. That's an extreme example, but maybe to start to, I don't know, start to take drugs. That's a good example. And go raving. Yeah,
but speaking of reckless, should we say like got reckless or it's
became or got?
Yeah, so these two became reckless and stole the car from Mafia.
Or stole the car, started breaking the law.
Started breaking the law.
Went on the run. To go on the run is what they did. To go on the run from the Mafia. Or to be on the run from the law. Yeah, to go on the run or to be on the run.
To be on the run means that someone chasing you, government or Mafia.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So they went on the run from Mafia.
From the Mafia.
From the Mafia. Okay.
Always the.
Thank you. Why always the? Why it's always the Mafia?
It's always the Mafia because there is only one Mafia. That's why. The world, the moon. There are the Russian Mafia. There are different Mafia.
With the again. The Russian Mafia.
The Russian.
The Irish mafia, the
Yeah.
Lithuanian mafia. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mstislav, please, could you continue with the story? So they stole the car, they went...
It was a different car, right? They bought another car, didn't they?
Well, first they stole the Mercedes.
What
and,
color? What color was that? Was it the same color? That was a white or pink? What
It
color
was sky blue, I believe.
Sky blue. Okay.
Sky blue.
First one.
Yes, and when they were escaping from the hospital, they met Abdul and his friends were and his friends. I believe I should check the friend's name. Maybe someone remember because
Let's call him another mafia guy.
another mafia guy. Yes,
Another henchman.
yeah, they even met them. It was fun because they were trying. They have just stole their Mercedes and they were escaping on that car. And Abdul said that, look, he's got the same car as we have. Such a luck.
Yeah, he was a bright person, right? Very wit.
Yes. And then they decided to take some clothes, but they didn't have any money, and so Martin, Rudy. Rudy decided that the easiest way to get some money is to rob the bank. And
the
so
obvious way, right?
yes, he did that, and
okay, let's ask Sergey, could you please describe this robbing the bank?
The robbery.
Robbery. Would you please describe this robbery, if you remember?
I remember, but it's strangely for us because this is a stupid robbery because without preparation, without masks, without knowledge about amount of money inside the bank. But Rudy went inside the bank and they started to speak with head of office, and he told some clerk, and you will have 80,000 mark after this robbery if you help me. Yeah. Okay, no problem. And he collect a lot of money, and he told something to this CV, and
the security camera.
Yeah, security camera.
CCTV.
CCTV, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
After that, they have problem with signalization, and Rudy ran from the bank. Suddenly, Hank and Abdul went inside the bank and started to have a robbery. And in this moment, the police arrived, and they have the small fighting between them. And
fire contact, something. When they start.
Yeah.
How would we call this, Terry? Help us. It's a fire contact or something.
Sorry.
Yeah, when Abdul and another guy went out from this. Hank had a contact with police. They started to fire.
A shootout.
Shootout.
Yeah, I was just looking for something. It's a shootout. Yeah, a shootout.
Shootout. And speaking about this, dealing with the clerk, how would we call this? Bribing or?
Yeah, that was attempted bribery. But bribery is usually for an official, or and a bank worker is not. It's not.
So
bribery.
How would you call this? So they actually
pay him off. He tried to pay him off.
Pay him.
Or her off.
Okay.
Pay them off. Yeah. To keep quiet.
Okay.
So
shoot out. Okay. So now we have a police inside this equation, right? Because it was a robbery, and police. What police started to investigate a case. What happened after? Vasanth, please, would you continue?
Yes, the police got to know about Martin's robbery activity through the news, I think, and
Maybe criminal
on-
activity.
okay, criminal activity. And on their way, Martin and Rudy found out 1 million cash on the backside of the trunk, I think. Yeah, in the trunk. And also Rudy found out that Martin is dealing with deadly disease, and then he had to take tablet from time to time whenever he passes out due to some nerve disorder. And they decided to spend all the money, 1 million cash, by just spending whatever they want to do.
How would you say? They started to accomplish or like what finish their bucket list, right?
Oh, they started to started to tick things off, or take things off, tick the boxes. You know, on a bucket list, you have a little square beside it, and you tick off.
So
tick
they
tick it off the list.
tick that off to list.
Off the list. Tick it
list.
off the list, or scratch that off the list. You could say there are different expressions.
Yeah, that's why we here. Scratch the off the list.
Scratch them off the list. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, nice. So what was on the list, Jörgen? Could you tell us? The most important things.
Go to the ocean was the ocean was one thing on the bucket list.
And visit the brothel.
But and something else more specific to visiting.
Yeah, to sleep with 2 women
at the same time.
At the same time.
What else? What else? There was something about car, a special model or something. Do you remember?
Don't ask me. I saw it a long time ago.
Jörgen, do you remember there was something about car to gift to Martin's mother? Or Rudy
yeah, he wanted to buy a Cadillac like Elvis have for his mother.
Yeah. Vasanth, please, sorry, I missed your message. You know, all the participants, when you want to speak and, you know, don't have a chance, just write something in our chat. Usually team, me and talk. Vasanth, please.
I liked this particular scene when they were staying in a luxury hotel and they tipped the small boy with the 20,000 cash, I think, and he said to the boss, like, I quit the job. So that much money they gave it to him. I like so.
It was a good day for him, right?
Yeah, a good tip.
Okay, but at this moment in this brothel, already Abdul and Hench, Sergey, am I right? Hench already worked as stooges.
Yeah, stooges, okay, henchmen, hired muscle.
Yeah, but they were not hired muscle already. They were polishing, you know, everything in this brothel because they got what is the opposite to promotion?
Demotion.
Demotion. Okay, so they got their demotion and they now like janitors or something. I would say, but they watched our guys and another story started, right? Rostislav, please tell us what happened.
Well, I believe we are we are shuffling the parts of the movie. Do you have the same feeling?
Yeah, we're close.
You're rearranging, yeah, shuffling.
Yes. But that's not the point. And when Abdul and his friend, I met him again. When Abdul and his friend noticed Rudy and Martin, they told their boss about about them. And when Martin was in the bed with two women, he had a gun in front of his face, and he was told that now that's the last night he spent with a woman, and the guys were brought to the basement, and it was supposed that they will be killed, but suddenly the Abdul's boss appeared. So that's the main boss. I don't know how to name his position, because he was the
we don't know. We just
Godfather.
yes,
Godfather.
the Godfather. The Godfather appeared, and he told that I've heard about these guys, and I know that they have my money. He asked them about the money, and they told him that unfortunately we don't have your money anymore, because we sent all the money we had to different people. And so the Godfather decided, he asked them about their wishes. They told about their plans. They told that they were planning to go to the sea, and he answered that, so you'd better be quick.
Mhm.
It was
Yeah, Rostislav, what do you think? Why he was so kind?
I believe
Why
because
wasn't he?
Why was he so kind? Yeah.
because he knew about their problems with their health, and that's why he decided that these guys are on the bright side.
Deserve something, right?
Yes.
Well, but I got an impression that, you know, mafia guys are clueless. They don't have feelings or something. So it's, I don't know, can we say this a logical like move in the movie, but it's touchy.
Yeah, they're usually heartless.
Heartless, exactly. Sergey, what do you think? Why is this boss, you know, the Godfather, is so touchy-feely?
So touchy.
It's a strange situation. I thought about it because this is a problem of the plot, and I thought that
A plot hole. A plot hole.
the plot hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
The problem with the plot is a plot hole.
We have the plot hole here because I thought that writers so that we have two options: the good boss of the bosses and Capo, and this boss was as angel, maybe because he told about the sea, he told about the in the sky, all will talk about the sea. It's a similar for us when we heard in the beginning of this movie, but it's strange. But in this movie, it's very interesting with romantic, but we have a lot of plot holes.
Yeah, illogical things. Yeah, we will discuss them. Yeah, Vasanth, please.
Yes, what I assumed from the Godfather's behavior is usually most of the gangsters were they have nothing to lose. They became gangster because they have no families, and they have it's almost like they were desperate to live. So that's how they become a gangster. So I think he can relate himself, his position to their position that
To them.
they have on.
He can relate to them.
Yeah.
Okay, he can relate to them. So they were on their final days, and even if he could kill them, he couldn't get their his money back. So there's nothing good
Yeah,
to
so we
do.
have a hypothesis, right?
There's nothing to gain from killing
Nothing-
them.
Yeah, there's nothing to
Yeah,
gain.
exactly. No profit in this. Yeah.
No problem.
And relate to or sympathize with what can be else?
I would say he can relate to them. That's
Relate to
very
them.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Rostislav, please.
Yes, and I thought not about this particular plot hole, but I've thought about the movie in general, and I've noticed that there are a lot of plot holes, and maybe it's better to say that this film is full of plot holes, because some jokes are quite stupid, and some moves are just impossible. But I believe that maybe it's the way to concentrate the attention of
To focus probably. Yeah? To focus our
Yes,
attention. Yeah.
to focus our attention on the main idea of the film, of the idea that we should never give up and always keep dreaming.
Okay, it's interesting question. What is the idea of film? I don't think it's about never give up, but we can discuss it later. Yeah. So let's finish with the movie. So Jörgen, could you tell us about this happy end or something? What happened?
Yeah, they reach the sea, the ocean.
Yeah.
The last and
At the end.
at the end. Thanks. And they are sitting at the shore and drinking and smoking, and suddenly Rudy gets get an attack.
Has a seizure.
Has a seizure.
Has a seizure.
Yeah.
Have a seizure.
And dies. And yeah.
And that is our happy end.
What happens at the end? What happens after that?
Nice music. No.
Yeah, he stares at the other guy is staring at the ocean.
Yep.
That's it.
So they now have a subject to speak on the heaven, right?
In heaven.
In heaven. Okay. So
do you think the Capo will be Saint Peter at the gate? Gates of heaven?
I don't know. But I have an idea that usually people can relate to someone or to something when they have the same problem. So probably Capo have seen something in his family or with himself or something like this.
Yeah, you never know. It's a plot hole.
Sergey.
It leaves you to talk about it. You can think about it.
Yes, I think about the plot holes, and I remember that I watched this movie 3 times during my life, and the first time when I watched this movie, I had impression. I was impressed because it's very, very interesting movie for me in the past, and I didn't check this plot hole, and I thought about relationships between a different type of people inside the one car as a road movie, and about the romantic story about the sea, about the death. It's very interesting. Now, and when I watched this movie, I started to write. Oh, it's a plot hole 1, plot hole 2, plot hole 3.
You start to analyze it. Yeah.
Yeah, like an old man. Maybe it's I don't know. It's problem.
Well, Sergey, but it's a movie about feeling. About I don't know about what compassionate. Is it a word? Is it an English word?
Compassion.
Compassion. Yeah, it's something like this. When you in cabaret, you don't feel about the story.
It's also a bromance. When 2 guys become very close on film. It's called a bromance. Have you heard that?
No,
Yeah.
not yet.
No, it's very common
Okay.
these days.
Okay, Vasanth, you have a question?
Yes, speaking about the heaven assumption in their culture, I want to know about your assumption from your culture. What would be the heaven like? What would be the main thing when you think about the heaven? Because I imagine that heaven would be like it would have a smoky effect, like a liquid nitrogen up to your knees. So it will be full of smoky effects. So that's what I think about heaven. So what about you?
How we like
Picture.
picture the heaven, right?
Mhm.
Well, I picture it, in a very simple case. I'm not a religious man. I believe in science, so I picture it like a dark. That's all. No, no heaven.
Flat line. Beep. That's the way I see it too.
Jörgen, do you agree with me, or you have another picture?
Yeah, there is a paradise with nice colors and animals and no, nothing special. Okay.
Is there any sex? Is there sex in heaven?
No, it's impossible.
No.
Yeah, a little, yeah.
Okay. A little. All right.
Well, when I hear little, I have a math background, so I have a what's this urge to ask questions, but okay, about numbers. Okay, so why we choose this movie? What we usually try to do? We usually try to get like well-known movies with to have some cultural layer, because people often refer to yeah, because what is the culture? Culture is many small details, what people know, what people refer to. So I think this movie is kind of classic. Everyone watched it at least once. I think so. But Terry, would you please describe us the difference between classic and classical, if any?
Well, classical is a classical music.
Yeah,
A
that's all.
classic is something that's timeless.
Do you think
a classic movie is timeless? It doesn't get old.
Yeah.
A classic rock song is "Stairway to Heaven" because it's timeless. That's the key. It's timeless. A classic novel it's timeless. It doesn't grow old. And classical is an adjective talking about classical music.
So classical, it's about music of particular period, right?
Classical music is the music we consider the composers: Bach, Mozart, Rachmaninoff, all those guys, Chopin.
Yeah. So like a particular genre and
A genre of music that is performed by orchestras.
Yeah, but classic, it's something well known probably, and
and timeless. The key is timeless. It has to be timeless. Like a timeless song is "I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas." That's a classic Christmas song. And a classic movie would be one of those movies from Christmas, like what's the one? The famous Christmas movie.
I don't know.
Grinch and the Christmas. We have one in Russia.
I forget the name. It's with James Stewart.
Oh yeah, you see.
Alone at Home.
Alone Home. Yeah.
Home Alone is a classic
Home
Christmas
Alone,
movie.
yeah.
This is a black and white movie. I can't remember the name.
Okay, so today's movie, it's pretty old. Can we say it's classic? What do you think?
It's a classic. That depends on your opinion, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a classic. It's not considered a classic among film buffs and movie critics. I don't think.
Okay. So let's speak a bit about not motive. I have read much about the idea, about the summary, about
the moral, the message.
Moral message of the movie. What do you think? What is this?
It's about these lists, like bucket list, taking things off your list.
Yeah, let's ask our participants. Sergey, what do you think? What is the main idea of the movie? What have you learned?
I thought about this idea for those people because they started to go to death in 1 or 2 weeks, and they could do anything. But for us, it's I agree with Terry. It's a bucket list.
Bucket.
Bucket. Well,
Bucket.
about bucket list, and because we all will die, and but we have to do something before our death, and that's why we will not to think in the future about our useless life, and about maybe something what would we do in the past, but we didn't.
What we would have done.
Yeah.
What we would have done in the past, but we didn't.
Yeah. Sergey, share something from your bucket list if you are comfortable with this.
I don't know, and I have the special plan of this 5 years, and in the past 5 years ago, and I checked my bucket list for 5 years, and I have made 90% from this bucket list. But now I am preparing new bucket list for next 5 years.
Like a 5-year plan.
So it's not something fixed, I think. Yeah, you always write new items to this.
New
list,
items, yeah, new goals.
New goals. Okay, nice idea. Yeah. So you always will be young because of this. Jörgen, what do you think? What is the main idea of the movie? What have you learned from it?
Yeah, it could be the simple things that you find is the best.
Do you think it's so simple?
Simple to see the sea, yeah, and
What about others?
yeah.
Oh, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Rostik, Vasanth, would you like to share your opinion about the what's the moral?
Well,
Please?
I already shared mine.
Yeah, Vasanth, please.
Yes, yes. We all have only one life, and until you know that you are on your final days, you don't understand the true value of life we are living. So, live your life, live in the present, and savor every moment in your life, and do not die with any unfinished wish. So I think that is the moral.
Yeah, yeah.
And that reminds me of an expression similar to carpe diem: live each day like it's the last, or live every day like it's your last.
Yeah, I heard this many times, but do you think it's possible? Do you think it's doable?
Me?
Yeah.
In certain aspects of your life, yes, definitely, but not in everything.
Yeah.
Not
So-
about money.
Because it's a very simple idea, but you know, it's usually like this. When an idea is simple and understandable, it's impossible to to implement.
I would say enjoy the moment as more than anything else. Enjoy the moment.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, speaking of language, in the movie there were a lot of jokes because Abdul was very bad at English, obviously, yeah, and he tried to say something and got corrected, corrected, how to say it, and I did not get.
I stand corrected.
Yeah, I stand correct, but in the past tense it will
I
be.
stood corrected.
He stood corrected. Yeah,
He stood corrected. I was just reading your message. Kill Jerkoff on.
Yeah, so they will negotiation about price of the car, and there was a clerk, and Abdul got crazy and said, "I killed this jerk on," and another guy corrected him, not on but off. So
Yeah.
I did not get this joke. So what?
A jerk off is a common insult in America. To jerk off is to masturbate.
Yeah.
So a jerk off is a wanker in British English.
Yeah, and jerk on as a verb.
Jerk on doesn't mean anything.
Ah, okay. So it was
That's why he corrected him.
Okay. So what about cleaning Jones?
Cleaning toilets.
Why Jones? Any ideas?
I don't know why it's called a jack. We call it a jacks in Ireland. And it's called a John in America.
How you call them in Sweden, Jörgen?
The head. In the army, it's called the head. I gotta hit the head, they say in the U.S. Army.
Okay. So, you know, for every class we have a Padlet. It's just, you know, a service where you can put any questions to discuss. So we have a few. So one of them, what do you think about the end? Why didn't they show Rudy's death? What do you think? Any volunteer to answer? No one. Okay, so my answer is just because it's not important, you know. Everything done, story is finished. One guy died, and what's the point to wait for other?
What's the point?
Yeah, what's the point? Yeah, it's just okay. Another one. Would you like to be intimidated when you are on your final days?
What do you mean intimidated?
No, it's intimated, not intimidated.
Intimidated, yeah. Intimidated is like bullied.
Yeah.
No, leave me alone. I'm an old man.
Vasanth, please.
Yeah, I wanted to ask the first question. Maybe the Rudy's character resembles the audience. They want to make us understand that you are alone. Just look at the guy. He is dead. His days are over. So what about you? It's something like that. It's connection to the audience. So
to think about your own mortality.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. We always forget about this. Yeah, that human is what's the word for it? Is more mortal? No?
Yeah, mortal.
Mortal. Yeah.
Man is mortal.
Man is mortal. Okay. So what about would you like to be intimated, guys? Who wrote it? What is intimated? Teach us.
Intimated, like to make an intimacy, to have an intimate relationship with another person.
This one. On your final days? Well, I can I answer? I would like to be intimated, you know, without final days. Like just, you know, on usual weekdays. Informed?
Informed.
When you informed. Would you like to be informed when you are on your final days? Yeah, it's about, you know, all these white light things, and you are fine, we will cure you, don't worry. So what do you prefer? Like white light about your real status, or
give it to me straight.
Oh, give it to me straight. Yeah,
that's what people say. Dark. So yeah, give it to me straight, please.
Yeah, Sergey is so harsh now that I don't know. Sergey, are you here?
Yeah.
So would you like to be informed about your final days?
I don't know. Maybe it's.
I mean, do you want to have an exact date, or just, you know, leave it in suspense?
Maybe suspense, but
suspense.
Suspense. Okay.
I prefer lives with hope.
With hope. Yep. Nice. But do you think that this suspense needed to have a hope?
Yeah, but the fairy tale happens.
Fairy tales do come true. Yeah. Do happen.
Yeah.
Fairy tales do
Dreams
happen.
come true. Dreams do come true.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What could be Martin's previous job?
Previous. Was he a mechanic?
Previous job, yeah. He is a bank clerk or something, no?
Yeah,
He's a doctor.
I think.
What do you think? Martin is a harsh one, right? Yeah. Rostik, what do you think? Is he a programmer or doctor or?
As far as he's too cool to be a programmer. As far as I remember, yes, maybe an ex-army man. As far as I remember, there was a talk in the police where Martin was mentioned, and he was told that he had never had any problems with the government.
Yeah.
And so I believe that a clerk position and an office worker would be a perfect fit for him.
Yeah. Okay, and first one. Who is the stupid character in this movie? Vasanth, what do you think? The most one.
Honestly, almost everyone, yeah.
The hookers.
Yeah, there are so many stupid characters in this movie, and I liked Abdul, like, because he was fighting with the police, and when he knew about there was a dirt on his suit, then he got more angry, and again he started to shoot them back. It was a funny one, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sergey, please.
I think that Abdul is not stupid. Abdul has problem with the language communication. He is a normal person. Not a normal person. It's my opinion.
Sergey, it's a very good point. You know, when we change the language to a foreign language, we lost like 200 IQ immediately. Yeah. So Terry look at us and think, "Wow, these guys." Yeah.
I know exactly how you feel.
I think this stupid person is the boss, because what's the idea to put the 1 million marks inside the car and to send to normal gangster? Maybe stupid, okay, but it's not the most stupid. But to send to other gangster, what's problem with you? But I don't know.
I would call it a risky solution or something.
Yeah, I agree with Sergey. Yeah, the Capo, the Godfather was definitely the most stupid character.
Yeah.
Putting the money in the car.
Okay, nice. So we have some consensus on this. On this consensus.
Consensus on this, yeah.
On this, okay. I'm going to share. It's okay. What happened?
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So this is what happens. This is what happens.
Wow. And I think what to do with this now. Can you see something?
You're the IT guy.
I'm a bad IT guy, it seems, with Zoom, and I lost control totally. So I don't know what to do now.
So where are you all in the world right now? I am in Spain, southwest Spain.
Whoa, you are.
What's happening? I don't know.
It's quite hot.
You're about to reboot your computer, I believe.
Well, let's not do that. Please don't reboot. Actually, that was in the IT crowd. Every time someone called the phone, there was an answering machine and an automatic message said, reboot your computer. That was good.
And that's a great idea.
It's usually the best solution.
Yes, most of the problems can be solved by just rebooting your computer.
That's why it was so funny.
Ivan, you can share us a link, and maybe someone else can present the screen, can share the screen. I'm not sure if Ivan can hear us.
I can hear you, yes. Ivan, are you still there?
It's frozen, yeah.
He's frozen.
I believe he is rebooting.
Maybe he is rebooting. In the meantime, tell me about yourselves. Oh, hello.
Whoa, you've changed your name.
Yeah, but the funny thing that now I cannot share anything, because I'm no one now. Okay, Sergey, you are the host now. Can you please transfer it somehow? I don't know how. Don't ask me.
What are you trying to share?
I'm trying to share. We have presentations.
Share us a link, and someone else will share the screen.
Okay, there is a link. Please try.
Who's going to try?
Not
everybody at once, at the same time.
Okay, I got my ability to share back, I believe.
Well,
okay, here we go.
But okay, Ivan, if you
no, please continue.
Because I'm not a really good host. Well,
don't worry. Just show us the first slide.
The first slide and the second one. Here is the car.
Okay, and I lost Vasanth somehow. Vasanth, are you here?
That's a classic. That's a classic Mercedes.
Yeah, classic. Okay, so Terry, you first time with us. Usually we have some slides to discuss. Just to find new vocabulary or something to remind this scene from the movie or something. So let's start from this one, and let's ask Jörgen to start, please.
What do you want to know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is when they are starting their journey, I guess.
Yeah. What do you see here? There are a lot of small interesting details. Can you see these bottles in the box?
Yeah.
And what is
empty champagne bottles? They look like.
Yeah. Why so much champagne? Where is the beer?
Well, I could see champagne and maybe whiskey. Crates, yes, they are crates.
Yeah. So what else?
Wooden crates.
Rope for clothes, right?
It's a clothesline.
Clothesline.
A clothesline, and the things to attach the rope, the clothes. What are they called?
If I
Pegs.
can do something like this.
Good clothes pegs. Yeah, anyone can. I think we can all manipulate the.
Yeah, we can. So what? If not pegs, then what?
Pegs. That's what they are. Clothes pegs.
Clothes pegs. Okay. And these things that clap your clothes. This you're talking about this, right?
I'm talking about the things, yeah, that hold the clothes onto the clothesline.
Okay.
Wooden or plastic? I prefer the wooden ones because in Spain the plastic ones disintegrate. With the heat. Yeah, because of the heat.
Well, I like wooden, but for another reason, because I know how to make a small pistol from wooden.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Okay, anything else, guys?
What is that? What car? What type of car is that, guys?
Yeah, how we call it?
What's it called?
Convertible.
Yeah, good. It's a convertible. It's a soft top convertible.
Soft top or
top top. Top.
Soft top convertible.
Yeah, okay. Because now you have hard top convertible.
Yep. Yeah. So it's a classic model, right?
That is a classic. Yep.
Why it's classic? Because it's timeless.
Because it's timeless. Exactly. It's from the early 80s. You picture German government officials driving around in black Mercedes.
Okay. Let's. If no questions raised, let's go to another slide. Okay, this one. Sergey, please describe it. Start, please.
Describe what?
Describe this picture. Can you see the picture?
I see the pictures, and the first picture about the car. Yep.
We already on another one. Well, I understand you are looking by link, but we sharing screen now. Rostislav, I believe, share screen now, so you can just look at your Zoom application.
I don't know, and I have downloaded these links, and I have the presentation about the pictures, and I have the all pictures, and I could to see.
Okay. Please describe second one.
Second one, we saw two persons, Rudy and Martin, when they there are inside maybe a room in hospital.
Yeah, a hospital room.
Mm-hmm.
Hospital room, and two beds, and one crossroad with Christ.
Well, a crucifix. Crucifix or a cross.
Crucifix. Okay. The Christ, and below the Christ we can see the lights and the small type of furniture.
It's called a bedside table.
Mm-hmm.
And the wall made of some small pieces of
ceramic tiles. Good.
Ceramic tiles. Yeah. And on the right we can see the refrigerator and some pillows, some I forgot the
sheets,
towels.
Yep.
Blankets.
And the special dress for those men when you put inside the hospital, you have this special uniform.
Is it pajama?
Well,
Pajamas.
the
Yeah.
guy on the left is wearing pajamas, but you would have a hospital robe, or OBE, robe.
Robe. Okay. Well, Sergey, you are a professional. I see. You describe this in very small details. Thank you very much.
What are the things, the three things that are inside the bedside table?
Bedside table. A book. No.
Yeah. Well, there are three things with handles that you can pull out.
Mm,
What are they?
Drawers.
Oh,
box.
who said that?
Jörgen.
It's not drawers, drawers.
I said drawers.
Drawers. Very close. Very close. Drawers, yeah. That's it, yeah. DROWAWERS. Good. Drawers. Very similar to the word door, but with an or. Drawer.
Okay. Please,
Okay.
next one. Rostik, please describe this.
Well, Abdul and his friends have just hit the boy.
Run over. Run over is the verb. Run over.
Have just run over the guy who was riding a skateboard, who was skateboarding, and well, I don't see many details in this picture, but first of all, I don't know how to name the thing that's protecting the guy's legs.
Yeah. You mean
hands,
knee pads and elbow pads. Knee pads.
Oh, yes, knee pads and elbow pads.
And the pavement looks like a Roman road, right? From
a cobbled street.
Cobbled street, yeah.
Or cobbled road. Cobbled street. They're very common in Spain.
Mm-hmm.
The guys look. How do they look? These guys. What do they look like? Do they look like businessmen?
Yes, maybe they are wearing suits with a suitcase, a shirt, a tie, and there are two types of ties. And maybe previous time, we couldn't remember the tie.
We discussed the pictures and we forgot how to call this.
A dicky bow.
Dicky bow.
A bow tie.
Bow tie, exactly. Yeah.
Dicky bow. Yeah, there is a word. Go on. It's called a dicky bow.
Yeah. Anything common with butterfly or something? Because sometimes we call it butterfly, necktie or something in Russian.
Two triangles. It looks like two.
Yeah, bow tie. Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah.
Bow.
So how we call this plate with numbers on the car?
A license plate. In America, is it license plate in America? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Matricula.
And what about the hairstyle of this guy?
Yes. Greased back.
Greased back?
Yeah, greased back. His hair is greased back.
Yep.
And they look like gangsters. They look like mafia or CIA agents or president's security. What do they got?
Yeah, I like the design of these doors on the car. It's frameless or something.
It's a classic car.
Yeah. Can we say that it's frameless because of these windows, you know?
Yeah, maybe floating.
Floating, okay.
I'm not an expert on classic cars.
Okay. Anything else, guys? Any questions?
What's the top of, what are these lights at the front of the car? What are they called?
Headlights.
Headlights, good. And the top of the car where the guy is lying?
Hood.
The hood, yeah. In American English. Do you know in British English?
No.
It's a crazy name. Bonnet.
Wow.
Bonnet. Yeah. You got it. Yeah, because you're Indian, so you know British English, right? It's actually spelled Bonnet. It's like a hat, type of hat, an old-fashioned hat for babies. Was a baby in a bonnet.
So car has a trunk and what's another part?
The hood.
Hood, okay.
In American English, but in British English, it's what? Vasanth.
Yeah, bonnet. Yeah.
The bonnet and what? The back.
No idea.
Trunk.
Vasanth, you're muted, Vasanth.
We usually call it dicky. But
The
B-
boot.
Boot.
Yeah, the boot. The car boot.
Car
Boot.
boot.
Anyway, that's just the difference between American English and in America they're called automobiles, right?
Oh.
An automobile. It's not a car.
Okay. Okay, let's go to another one, please. Vasanth, could you please describe it?
yes, this is the place where they were drinking. I think it is the basement of the hospital where they keep all the food items and everything. And there's a lot of lemon on the floor, and there's a knife, and they use salt to drink tequila.
Yeah, they use a classic way to drink tequila, right? Salt,
Yeah,
lemon.
what do you call about the how to say that the beverage or the dish you use as the side? So you are drinking as eating something main, and you keep something just like a ketchup or something like that. What do you call it?
Yeah, like a compliment.
Condiment.
Condiment. Okay.
Condiments are sauces, all types of sauces.
No, Terry, I believe it's not about sauce. It's about like a usual combination. When you drink tequila, you have a lime. When you drink like, I don't know, cognac, you have a apple. When you drink vodka, you have something.
Yeah. Compliment?
Compliment. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Anything else?
He's licking his finger.
Because he salted his
finger. Yeah, I usually lick the back of my hand when I take tequila, right? Not my finger. Anyway.
Traveling to the sea here.
Sorry, Rustic, come again?
He's traveling to the sea.
Traveling to the sea, yeah. Because it's a salt.
Yes.
That's it. Good, a good pun. Does this actor look like Robert Downey Jr. to anybody, or is it just me? The guy on the left.
Yeah, very similar.
On the left, yeah.
How is it? Resemblance?
Yeah, there is a resemblance. He looks like him.
Looks like him.
Or
yeah.
they look alike.
Okay, let's go to the next one, I think. Well, yeah, what is happening on? Jörgen, would you describe this?
Yeah. Here they just have just found the case. Metal case. And yeah.
In the trunk, right? Of the car.
In the back of the car, yeah. And yeah.
Yeah, could you please describe these lights on the car? How they called? Stop lights? What else?
Indicator, or turn light in America. Turn
light in America and in
England. So an indicator. Indicator.
Yeah. What is this circle like hole? It's for
that's
petrol?
For the petrol, I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe gas. It's definitely for petrol in that model. But now you have a hole there for gas.
Yeah.
Or to charge an electric car. There's also a reverse light.
Yep, reverse light. When you put like reverse.
The car into reverse.
The car into reverse. Yeah. How we call this? The
gear stick or gear lever and gearbox, and you change gears. By pressing the clutch.
Mm-hmm. So we know this Mercedes is automatic. So we have only drive. Drive
and park.
Yeah, but how we call it? Drive position.
Yeah, well, in an automatic it would be the drive position.
Yeah. Okay, drive position and reverse position, right?
Reverse position, yeah, and park.
Okay. Wow, we are learning. Well, not too much here. Let's go to the next one. Okay, Sergey, please, but don't go too deep inside, please.
Yeah, there is a president suite in the hotel, and there are a lot of type of furniture, and the sofa, 2 armchairs, stylish mirror, very strange bed.
A
With,
four-poster bed, it's called.
what?
A 4-poster bed.
4-poster bed. I don't know what is.
Terry, you
What
have
is-
you have to write it.
4 posts.
4-poster. 4-post bed? 4-poster bed?
Okay, and a lot that small table for something, and a lot of type of lights, and very interesting windows where vitrage.
Yeah, how we call it? How we call this type of? It's like in church, you know, this type of the window.
Stained glassed window. Stained? Like a stain on your shirt. Stained glass windows.
And the main detail in this room, it's a very interesting carpet, like in Russian flat.
Yeah, that's called a Persian
so
rug.
much. Yeah.
How Persian? Persian.
Persian rug.
Rug. Okay.
It's not a carpet. A carpet reaches both walls, or all sides. You know.
Yeah. So we have a carpet, we have rug, and we have a mat. Right?
Mat. Yeah.
Mat,
So these are rugs. They're more expensive. They're nicer. A mat is in a bathroom or at the front door. A welcome mat.
Okay. Okay, we have a small statue of someone, yeah, on the table.
Yeah, the room looks like a museum room.
Yeah, exactly. Antique, yeah.
Antique, yeah. But not museum. I could so that is a warehouse of museum, because we could see a lot of details, and these details don't connect with them. It's a strange room.
So it's like a pile of all things, yeah, without the like design or style.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's speak a bit about this thing on the left. You know, it's like a removable wall or something. How we call this?
This thing on the left, it's for women changing their clothes.
Yeah, it's a wall. You can move it. Right? It's like a screen.
It's like a screen. It's like a screen. Does it have a name? It probably has a name that I can't think of.
Okay.
It's not something that I use or have ever used. A screen is good.
Okay.
Good word for it.
Okay, screen.
It probably has a French word, you know.
Yeah.
Most pieces of furniture have obscure French words, like boudoir. Chaise longue is the sofa. A chaise longue.
Chaise longue, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, but it has a name, but I can't think. A screen is good.
Okay. Anything else? What we missed, guys? Any questions?
And in front of sofa, we could see this small tree. What is palm? What's?
Yeah, looks like a palm.
Looks like a palm tree in the corner.
Yeah.
So, yeah, in the corner, it's definitely a palm, but in the center, it's something strange.
It's maybe it's a room palm, a small palm. What's the type of name?
House palm.
How?
Don't ask me. I'm not a botanic expert. I can tell you that the table in the front, in the middle, is called a coffee table.
Well, you mentioned an interesting word, botanic. You know, in Russia, we have botanic as a synonym for nerd, what we try to describe.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, do you have the same?
No, but as you said, the nerds are taking over. So
okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, and let's skip it.
Yeah.
What are the name of the clothes? They're that's interesting.
Robe.
No? They are robes or bathrobes.
Okay, let's call this picture like a part of bromance and skip it.
Yeah, definitely bromance. Now here's more bromance. Mouth to mouth. Resuscitation.
Romantic.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely
Well,
romantic.
yeah, let's keep it too. Let's find some with with details. Okay, this one, it's fine.
Wow, I remember that car, that model.
How it's called? What is the name?
It was a Ford. It had an exotic name like Jaguar or something.
Okay. Rostik, would you like to describe this?
Scorpion, maybe.
Well, I can try, I believe. We can see here Rudy is trying to he's faking the situation when
Hostage,
he's the only robber and Martin is his I don't know.
I think it's a taking a hostage or something. No.
Take a hostage, yeah, taking a hostage. He's pointing the gun at the camera.
I am more about there are always terrorists and some.
Yeah, it's a hostage, I believe.
A hostage, yes.
The one who took like against his will hostage. Yeah. So
Rudy is no, Martin is Rudy's hostage, and everything is filmed on TV. And first, I don't know how to pronounce this big hairy thing.
It's a boom mic. It's called a boom stand. The hairy thing is a muffler, I suppose.
Muffler.
Oh, muffler.
Yeah, muffler.
Yes, I believe in Russian we call it muffler too.
Yeah, muffler. Like the back of the car here. There's a muffler in the exhaust pipe.
Yes, and a shame for me, but I don't remember these. Can you see my pointer?
Yeah, I can see a black pointer.
Yes, I don't remember this part of this woman's clothing.
Skirt.
Mini skirt.
Skirt, yes, skirt, and well, another thing I don't remember. I don't know how to call the things that
cleaning the window.
Yes, that cleaning the window during the rain on the
wiper.
Wiper?
Windscreen wiper.
Windscreen wiper, okay.
And windscreen, it's the black. It's the front screen and back screen. It's windscreen.
Windscreen is, I believe, it's on the
front.
On the front, yeah. And
yes, and on the back.
How we call it?
It's just a wiper.
Yeah, but the screen on the back.
The back window.
Back window. Okay.
Oh. that's simple. Oh, anything else? Anything else? The mic, cords.
Nice old-fashioned camera. Yeah. Nowadays it will all be smartphones. You know, everyone. Onlookers. Onlookers is a word.
Onlookers, yeah. Onlookers.
For people who film this, you know.
It would be on YouTube in a couple of minutes.
yeah. Jörgen, do you remember what is Stockholm syndrome?
Yeah, that is, I think, when the hostage are going to collaborate with
like start to have feeling to his.
Yeah, they fall in love with their captor. Capture.
Okay.
Capture.
Okay.
The name of the person is the captor. Captor.
Okay.
The verb is to capture.
Okay.
But your hostage, the kidnapper, is the captor. CAPTOR. Captor.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. I think. Well, do we have anything better? First, please check.
Well, what is that? What type of restaurant is it?
Yeah.
Turkish restaurant.
Turkish.
We have 6 more slides.
Okay. Let's stop on this one then. Let's speak about this restaurant. Vasanth, please describe it for us.
They are in a restaurant, and he's looking out for any sniper who is targeting Martin for kidnapping Rudy. And Rudy is holding the suitcase on the table, and there is a shopkeeper, I think. What do you call the man who takes care of the restaurant?
Yeah.
Restaurant owner, restaurant worker.
Restaurant. Okay. And
Yeah.
see
Why we are
some
sure that
information
it's a
about-
Turkish restaurant? Why we are sure?
It could be Moroccan. Well, they're serving kebabs.
Yeah.
So you call this thing, we call in Russian it's shawarma. I don't know how it's in English.
Shawarma.
Shawarma. Okay. So how it's in English? The big loaf of meat placed on each other on one spike.
Kebab.
Yeah, that's what it is. A big lump of meat on a skewer, on a kebab skewer.
Kebab skewer. Okay.
Again, we won't. Most normal people wouldn't know the terminology.
Okay. So what is the doner then? Doner? I don't know why I ask, because in Moscow all these restaurants called like doner kebab.
Yeah, doner kebab. But don't ask me. It must be the type of bread, I suppose.
Okay.
Doner or the doner kebab. Doner kebab is the bread or the meat.
Yeah.
Just Google it. We have one here too. We have a doner kebab in my little village.
On the right side we have a weapon. You see, like a
weapon.
Weapon is like a sword, but
sword.
Sword.
So don't pronounce the W. It's sword.
Sword.
Yeah, sword.
But it's not a sword. It's a saber, or how?
A saber is curved.
Yeah,
it's
curved
sword.
And this like case for saber, it's a sheath or something.
Sheath, yes, sheath.
Sorry for that.
Well, I've been living in Spain for a long time. There are some words that escape me. Sheath, yes.
Sheath, okay.
So
well,
sheath your knife, sheath your weapon.
Sheath your weapon. Okay, I think we have enough good vocabulary. And guys, please, we have to make a lesson on Quizlet from this, or something, to put all these words to this. Okay, let's call it a day. I think it was a fantastic class. Good movie, good conversation. Thank you, Terry. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And see you, but not on the next week, over the week. On the next week, we skip the class.
The week after next.
In a fortnight.
In a fortnight.
In a fortnight is good too.
Perfect. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.